Good afternoon, Phillies and Gentle Colts, ladies and gentlemen. This is PMV Today host Synergy, and you've tuned in to PMV Today's Spotlight podcast. Tonight I'm going to be talking to a really talented PMV slash AMV artist, but we'll be focusing on the PMV, named Ranmon. Ranmon, you there?
I am.
Hello, Ranmon. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Really good. I'm excited to get on with this interview. So now, we're going to drop right into it. I mean, I was looking through your videos, and your most popular PMV is called Tetris in the Key of Pony. And I noticed at the beginning of the PMV, Decaf5, who was the original musician behind the song that you used, talks about his group not being defined by a particular genre. Would you apply that to yourself? Because when I was looking through your stuff, I found a lot of variety.
Yeah, I do try to do as much as variety as possible. Like as long as a song inspires me or I feel is catchy enough or whatever type of different way of music, if I think it can fit to ponies or even anime music videos, I'll give it a shot. So.
Okay, and you told me an interesting story actually just in the pregame room there when we were just talking about the video itself. How you originally had it as an AMV, am I correct?
Yeah, I had it 3 years prior, it was almost exactly 3 years prior to that when I did an anime one, and I finished it for a local contest out here for the anime convention and submitted it, and it didn't win, but I just thought, once I got into ponies, I was like, I kind of started to ponify started to ponify some of my videos, and I just thought that one would really work, but I needed more scenes to have it work properly, so the really main one that I needed the good scene for was the bubble butt line, which was Derpy's butt. And when the last roundup came out and they did that nice zoom in and her bouncing on the cloud, just really was the icing on the cake to really start that video, because I had it open in the project but hadn't done much to it. But once I had that scene, I continued with it, and it actually has at least one single scene from all 52 episodes of the first two seasons.
Wow. Oh,
so,
gosh.
And I actually finished it the day of the season 2 finale, as it was the day for that one. I needed to have it done. I wanted to submit that to the same contest.
Yeah.
And it was the same day to have it done, to submit it, and it was the same day as the finale, so I had to rush to get that one done.
Okay, cool. So let it be known that Derpy's flank just triggered your top PMV of all time.
Yeah, I was quite surprised with the popularity of that one, since my anime one didn't really blow up.
All right, now where are you coming from, man?
Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Nice. Yep, another Canadian. How's the sled dog team doing?
It's good.
Yeah, I honestly think that we really should stop casting our elderly out on ice floes. I really want to sign that petition going around right now.
Yeah, for sure. Now, we've already had a couple snowfalls this year, but right now it's fairly decent weather. So.
Yeah, and as you guys know, I'm also Canadian. Anyway, so I'm looking at your YouTube username, and it's called Respect Copyright My Ass. Now, I'm really curious as to why you called your YouTube channel that. Is there a story behind it?
Yeah, the original story was, I don't know how old some people are, but there was way back, probably 10 years ago or so, they had these little videos they'd play in the movie theater. Like before the movie, it'd be like respect the copyrights, and they'd have like a painter guy come on and say, well, don't download movies because we don't make as much money, blah, blah, blah. And me and my friend were just joking about it, saying, oh yeah, respect the copyrights my ass, because it's just like, you pay $12 or whatever to go see a movie, you're paying $20 for popcorn, by the time you and a friend go see a movie, you're paying $50, somebody's making money. We're like, whatever. But the main thing that happened with my channel was I actually had a channel previous to this one, which was based around my Skype name, which is Ranma 1/2. I just had it Ranma Man 2003. And which is based off my favorite anime, which is Ranma 1/2, and I actually got taken down by the copyrights from getting strikes on my videos.
Okay.
And they'd eventually shut me down. So when I opened up the new account, I was like, respect copyright my ass, because they shut you down and you're doing fair use videos for fans or people to enjoy, and they shut you down for nothing. It's like you're not making profit on it, so.
All right, so now I'm looking at your videos on this new channel of yours, and I usually look at the top 10, though then again, I did get totally caught up in some of your older stuff. I caught that Canadian one. I caught the the public service announcement on how dirt is our friend. I love that. I want to see that in Ponies the Anthology like 5. I think that's what's coming out. Because
Yeah,
4 is just
I asked them before actually with that was when they were doing the second one. I asked them if I could submit a couple clips because I'd made a couple, and then they said no, they already had enough people, so I made my own mini ones, which are also on my channel, which is the Ponies What the Hey,
okay.
WTH What the Hey. So they were like
Yeah.
my own really short versions of the anthology, which is
Okay.
originally the anime or AMV or AMV Hell is what it was originally what I edited anime clips to like that. So
Okay. Yeah, and that's great. I mean, I didn't catch those, but again, you have a lot of videos on your channel. Now I do have
yeah,
a question. So looking at your top 12, most of your top 12 actually are anime. Now, I really have to wonder, why did you choose, seeing that you found some general success through the AMV creations, why PMVs for you? So how'd you
well
get into the fan
actually,
community, even,
sorry, go ahead.
like, even, how did you get into the fandom might be a good segue into that, because, you made PMVs after in the fandom, or how did that work out?
Yeah, well, that was actually originally where I was part of. Like, I kind of once in a while still go back, but it was the AMV Hell community, which is pretty much what the anthology is based off of. Like, it's kind of like a Robot Chicken type thing that you just do like the
Yeah.
10 or 15 or 30-second clips or whatever. And I
Yep.
edited clips on that. I even submitted a couple to their mini series as well as AMV Hell 5. I had 2 clips in.
Okay.
Think I had 1 or 2 in 4, but I can't remember. But it was actually through that I got into ponies because they started the mini series in between the full, like hour and a half long videos.
Yep.
And somebody's like, "Oh, when season 2 of the minis starts, this will be me." And it was just a YouTube link, and I followed that, and it sent me to Fluttershy's Yay Cheer clip, and I saw the whole clip, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" So then I saw some various, recommended videos, and they had like Fluttershy shout video, PMV, and stuff. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, well, what is this? And I kind of looked into it and saw, okay, there's sort of a fandom around this, but I wasn't sure. Then I was like, well, I'll download a couple episodes, and if I don't enjoy it, I've got 2 young nieces that I figured, if I don't like it, I can download it for them and they can watch it. But I watched a couple episodes, and as everybody says, you keep watching a couple more, and then you just kind of keep going. And it was right when I got to the Dog and a Pony show was where I really got into act. That was where I started my first full video
Okay.
because I'd only done one or two little mini clips like the AMV Hells or Anthology. I did like Rainbow Dash of the Jungle, which I originally had posted, but I made it a running gag in my Ponies What the Hey, so I deleted the original video. And my first pony video on my channel is Ponies of the Caribbean,
Okay.
which is Pirates of the Caribbean trailer.
And that was
And
actually on your top 12.
yeah, and that one actually I got a little flack back on that one because I was trying to ponyfy the title as much as possible.
Yeah.
So I ended up calling it Ponies of the Caribbean Curse of the Black Brony. And people are like, that's racist, man. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'm just trying to ponyfy the title. I'm not against anybody here. But
Yeah.
and as with that, I actually tried to research my idea first to make sure I'm not, technically copying anybody else or something. So I tried searching Ponies of the Caribbean, couldn't find anything, or Pirates of the Caribbean Ponies, nothing. So I made the video, released it. And then in the recommended videos, I found Fluttershy Elsa, who I originally found him was through that
Okay.
he did the At World's End trailer, but he
Okay.
had Rainbow Dash as Jack Sparrow. So I was like, okay, so I didn't technically steal anybody's idea. So I used Pinkie Pie as Jack Sparrow, and the Diamond Dogs I used as Barbossa, Spike as Will Turner, Rarity as Elizabeth, because Spike and Rarity and
Yeah, of course.
I just thought the cast was too good to be true, and the Dog and Pony Show episode just really hit. Like I'm like, this is like Pirates of the Caribbean. So
Yeah.
I just went with that, and that was my first full pony video, and it actually took off all right, but it was never got as popular as my Tetris one eventually became. So
Okay, so in the PMV series, do you have a favorite character of the main six, or even outside the main six? Because with all the seasons we've had so far, there's just so many characters. Any
Well,
preferences, or you like them all, or how?
ever since the first clip I ever saw, it was pretty much Fluttershy stole my heart right from
Oh yeah.
that cheer clip, and it was from then, and it always has been Fluttershy. And then for background ponies, Derpy's a lot way up there for everybody, and
Yeah.
she really helped with the Tetris videos.
Okay.
And I do tend to, if I remember, I do try to technically not hide her, but throw her in every other one of my videos, just as a shout out
Like
for her.
Where's Waldo?
Sorry.
Like a Where's Waldo?
Yeah, yeah, but yeah. I don't use any of the scenes where she's actually really hidden that you have to spot her. I just kind of throw her in there. Yeah, kind of as a where's Waldo, and just a hey, here's Derpy, she's still here, type thing.
Okay. So let's move into some of the core questions now, because I'm really curious about your PMVs and perhaps even your AMVs. But we'll focus on the PMVs, and I wonder, what do you want to bring to your audiences through your PMVs? What is the reason behind creating them?
Really, it's just entertainment. Like, I get the idea and I think people would enjoy it, and I edit it and I throw it up. And the thing that really, for me, which I always wish that, for me, I it's not necessarily the subscribers, but I really enjoy like comments, whether it's people giving you a good critique, or just saying, hey, this was good, could have been better, or just saying, hey, this was really awesome. Because I find positive comments, or any comments at all, is pretty much inspiration to keep editing.
Yeah.
So like sometimes if I throw up a video and then I don't get a comment on it, or I'll get one or two comments from like the core followers, like the one or two guys that'll comment on like every new video,
Yeah.
and then I get nothing. It's like, oh well, because you can't really tell who really enjoys it, because
Yeah.
okay, I got 15 thumbs up and I've got 700 views, like.
Yeah.
But I don't comment on every video I watch either. But I mean, like, if I really enjoy it, I want to let the editor know that I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so you want the editor to know. So I suppose the moral of that story is that, as a PMV artist, you really love comments on your page. I mean, good, bad, you just want them, like, you want those comments to see where you're at, what you can improve on.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm really low in the fact of, like, I know almost nothing for effects. Like, when I do a couple of my movie trailers, when I figure, okay, I done a pretty good video in my eyes, and I want the title to be more
You'd like the
better
title to-
looking than just a regular, okay, like I did the first three Pirates of the Caribbean, and I just used the original title from their trailer. With the
Okay.
fourth one, I actually went out of my way and attempted some masking around a picture that somebody had, made my own title screen or whatever, just to try and make it a little better, and not just, okay, yeah, that's the title. But people seem to enjoy those videos, and as long as the baseline is, as long as people are enjoying my videos, I'm happy to keep making them.
Okay. Now, people enjoying your videos, you have to make the videos in the first place. What is the creative process that you want to go to make your animations? And I mean, like, software. What do you use as software? Because when I'm interviewing people, I'm hearing everything from like Windows Media, like the super basic, to like the crazy way up there, which I don't remember the names. But what software do you use to make your PMVs and your AMVs?
Sony Vegas is what I use. And also, technically, I've got two different versions, really. I've got Sony Vegas, and then eventually they renamed it to Sony Movie Studio or something, but it's technically the same program. But yeah, I can do a couple things in there, but with the Movie Studio is supposed to be a better version, but they ripped out some of the features I was trying to kind of learn in Vegas, like the kind of basic masking you can do, like right on the video itself.
Yeah.
But all you had to do is click a little box and then you could do it. Well, in Movie Studio, they ripped that out. And I was like, well, why are you making it worse when it's supposed to be better? But
yeah,
they did that with a few features. But I can jump between the two, because I've had problems sometimes when Sony Movie Studio won't read the video, but Sony Vegas will, and then vice versa. So with the Tetris one is an example. I had to split that video up into about 8 or 10 different projects to
Oh wow.
get it to work because of all the jumping between every episode, all 52 episodes. I could only put about 10 or 15 in one section, or the video would crash
Oh
and it
wow.
would
Okay.
shut down my program, and it really sucked. And I almost lost the video, and I was like three-quarters done it. But
Okay.
I had to split it up from the intro itself. I had to put into about 4 different projects just for the like how it switches really fast on the beat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
That was going every episode from episode 1 up to 52, but it was right near the end there because of that was the day the finale came out, that it the last 2 episodes didn't go right after the second third
Yeah.
last episode or whatever,
Yeah.
but it was in there within the beats. But yeah, then I had to split the intro into about 4 projects, and then the outro into about 2 or 3, and then everything in the middle kind of jumped around. But yeah, that one took a lot of time. And then I attempted to do a spiritual successor to that because I thought, oh, a lot of people liked the, switching on the beat. So the next one I did like that, like 2 years later, I did Stampin' on the Ground, which about 4 or 5 other editors have done, which also Fluttershy also did. But he did the the beats at the beginning. He just did as the 6 ponies up on the top, and then flashed on them during the beat, which was cool. And I did
Okay.
the same thing with my Tetris one. I just jumped all the way through, and that one I used every episode from the first 3 seasons.
Wow. Okay, so you've got a lot of video footage that you work with, a lot of episode footage. What is the process that you use to like? I mean, are you watching like all 3 seasons continuously, or do you have like a photographic memory and just remember these small scenes in each episode?
Some of them I do. I don't necessarily have the photographic memory, but if I know if there's an episode I know I want to use, like another video I did, like a lot of videos I like to do are just kind of, I did them. I haven't done too many pony ones, but I did a few anime ones. It's just dance videos, and just
Okay.
make like the one I did, one of the main dance ones I think I did was Hoof Loose, which was Footloose.
Yep.
So I did that and just found a whole bunch of dancing scenes, and then sometimes if I couldn't find a specific scene, I'd kind of Google it or something
Okay.
yeah, and it's just a lot of them. You kind of remember where the dance scenes are, but then you're like, I might be watching a clip of somebody else's, like, oh, I want that clip, but what episode is it in? And then
Okay.
go find it. But yeah,
Well, that
unless
seems like
I've
a
got
pretty effective.
set characters for certain things, like if I do a movie trailer, like back on the Pirates of the Caribbean, #2, at the very end, Jack Sparrow says, "Well, I'd wave at I love danger or something. I'd like to wave at it as it passes by." And I had to Google finding Pinkie Pie waving because I couldn't find anything off the top of my head. So I found
Okay.
one and used that. So, but it jumps
It's
around. But yeah.
okay. So you were going on a bit about the Tetris one. Would you say that's the hardest project you've worked on, or was there something even harder to do? And this can even go into your AMVs if you like. Any of the videos you made? What's the hardest project you've worked on?
Probably the Tetris ones. Like I originally did it with the anime one. Then I tried to do the same thing at the beginning, but the timing wasn't as good because
Okay.
I wasn't as good with my timing. Like even if you searched on my channel and you find my very first AMV I ever did, I just thought a good idea with a good song would work, but the timing was nowhere near. The sync was crap, But I just kind of evolved myself in the way, like I self-taught myself everything. That's kind of why I don't know much for effects, because I haven't really done anything with that.
Okay.
But it's just I eventually got, okay, I want to sync to the beat. But the one thing I do, which I think kind of related to one of your other questions, was that main process of my videos is that I usually lyrical sync them. So I like to try and have the words match the scenes
Okay.
for everything that they're saying, unless it's lip syncing for a trailer. I try to like the Tetris one, when they say, okay, you got a bubble butt, there's Derpy's butt, and have it bounce, and every time they say bounce, 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 I've got somebody jumping,
Yeah, of
something like
course.
that, something like that.
Okay, and I would imagine that is challenging. So, since you did say you were self-taught, you must have experienced some difficulties while you continued to make PMVs, AMVs. Were there any difficulties that you've encountered that you can like kind of remember that stood out to you, and perhaps how did you overcome them?
Um, I guess it would depend on the difficulty. Like some of them, it would just be picking the right song or idea and having it work. Because there's so many videos that I've seen from some of the other editors that it's just like, they're so full of effects and multiple picture in pictures and stuff, and I'm like, that would be really cool to do to make that video better. But being that I just know what I know, I kind of stick with the what I know to try and make it as good. But I'm still trying to kind of get into the learn a little bit of the effects to like to me effects don't always make the video, but they help.
Yeah, of course.
So, but for me, it's the challenge is trying to overcome learning how to use effects and maybe make my videos better than they are, because I do pass around my videos to a couple people, and I've been to a couple other Skype channels or Facebook pages, and I post my video, and people don't even know it's me because I'll use my real Facebook page and post my video, and then people are like, oh yeah, it was good, but it could have been better. And then they'll go comment on on the YouTube page, be like, "Hey, come join my channel. Somebody posted this video on my page."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Okay, so you seem to be, pretty self-driven, which is really great. I mean, I respect that a lot. What I've done with myself, it's a lot of self-driven. You got to really work with, you got to work.
Yeah.
Now, what do you plan to do in the future? Where do you see your AMVs or PMVs heading off a year from now?
Well, that would be a little hard to determine because being that I'm nowhere near as popular in the fandom as a lot of people, so I really don't see where my videos would go. I'm just happy the Tetris one took off as far as it did, though. Some people will post a video and they'll have 100,000 views in a day.
Yeah.
I got that in 6 or 7 months.
Yeah.
I got that or whatever, but it only slowly went up because they got to about 60,000. And then it just slowly went up until it finally hit the 100,000. But to me, that was my first ever 100,000 video, even on my old channel.
Okay.
Which one of my first videos on this channel was a repost that I had a video I did that had 10,000 views in about a month, and it was just shortly before I got canned from there. And when I reposted it on my new channel, it took me over a year to get that same 10,000 views back.
Wow.
So
that is interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
We are nearing our 30-minute cap. However, I do have a final question for you, unless someone in the lobby has, or someone in the chat room has been asking. Justin, do we have anything? I'll wait for your response here. Well, actually, while I'm waiting for your, oh, don't think so. Okay. So, I think closing remarks, if you could, how about you give us perhaps words of wisdom, something that you've learned, maybe a piece of advice for fans and future fans to take under wing. What would you advise me? What would be your tip of the day for me so we can get in this interview?
Tip of the day, eh?
2 cents, words of wisdom, however you want to word it.
I don't know. I just say, if I really don't even know. I'd be like, it could be an inspiration thing. Being if you're a brony or a closet brony, and people ridicule you for that, just don't mind them. Just be who you're gonna be. Do what you do. Like what you like, and don't pay those guys any mind. Just
so pursue your passion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I want to bounce off of your word of wisdom there, because that's a really good piece of advice. I want to remind everyone that fame is very fickle. You need to do what you love to do, and people will come. It's not the other way around. If you begin making PMVs, or begin making music, or begin making stories or pictures, expecting a large audience, expecting money, whatever you expect, you're not going to make it very far. I find that the most successful people in life do not expect success, but success comes to them because they honestly enjoy what they do. And that really draws in a genuine following. Do you agree with that?
I do, because like for me, for editing like that, it was like when I get a good idea and I think I've done a pretty good job editing it. I think, oh yeah, this video, hopefully it will get popular and like maybe blow my Tetris one out of the water. But
Yeah.
they start slow and then sometimes it doesn't even go anywhere. And I'm like, well, I think it's a really good video, but again, like that our friend Dirt, I did because I went and I watched that Weird Al video because it's on his channel as a PSA or whatever, and I just thought it was really funny. And I came back to it like 2 years later or 3 years. I think somebody just liked my comment on there today, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna ponyfy that because it was funny. It worked good. And it's just like, I think, okay, yeah, it'll be popular, or hopefully it'll be popular, but if it doesn't get popular, I don't go, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. It's just, I hope it'll be popular, but it is what it is.
That's a great way to end this interview. Thank you very much, Ranmon, for the conversation. And I think we are done, Justin. See you guys.